animals. We have vertebrates, we call vertebrata and invertebrata. Invertebrata. These are the two major classifications of animals. Like you know that the vertebrates are animals with backbone. Animals with backbone. Animals with backbone. The invertebrates without backbone. Backbone. Okay. The class of animals with backbones, that is the vertebrates. We have 5 classes there. The 5 class includes the Pisces, amphibian, reptile, Reptilia, aves, and the last but not the least is mammals. I'll give you examples of these 5 classes of vertebrates, animals with backbone. We start from the class Pisces. Example is your fish, tilapia fish. Their major habitat is aquatic, meaning that they majorly inhabit, you mostly see them in aquatic environments. Those aquatic habitats can be fresh water or salt water. And the next is amphibian. These are vertebrates that evolve from the Pisces. They evolve from aquatic to land. So they can survive both aquatic and terrestrial. A typical example is toad. You know that the earlier stage of toad, the tadpoles, they can only survive in aquatic environments. The later in their stage in life, they can coexist on land. So that's why we call them amphibians. The word amphibians means organisms that can still live, that can live both on land and in water. And we evolve to reptilia. These are vertebrates that evolve from the amphibians. A typical example is lizard. These are typical terrestrial organisms, though some group of reptilians live both on land and in water. A typical example is crocodile. Crocodile is not an amphibian, but a reptile. But you can say that crocodile is a reptilia that live life both on land and in water. So this is aquatic. This is both aquatic and terrestrial. And this is basically terrestrial. Except in the case of crocodile that lives both life on land and in water. But majority of this representative of reptilians are terrestrial organisms. And we have the aves. Aves are vertebrates that evolve from reptiles. A typical example is birds. Both flying and flightless. There are some group of aves that, even though they have feathers, they don't fly. A typical group of aves that are flying aves are the likes of pigeon. They can fly. Okay, the likes of cock, hen, those ones have limit of flight because of weights. Then the last but not the least is mammalians. This is where we have a typical group or example, man. But in the lab, for SSC level, example of mammals, a group of mammals, we usually represent mammals with rodents. I think I'll go for rats or rabbits. Rats are mammals. So basically, these two are terrestrial, land organism. But there is one aves of aves that can live life both on land and in water. A typical example is a duck. Duck is aves. Or dog, because duck can adapt life both in water, aquatic and terrestrial. Duck, this is a typical aves that is both terrestrial and aquatic. So these are the 5 classes of vertebrates. All are animals with what? Backbone.